Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of How to Play Paintball. My name is Greg, and forgive me for my voice, it's actually gone. I had a 2-day practice, so my voice is a little bit off, but I wanted to get this video out for you. I am going to be showing you the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that. It's going to be a little bit longer of a video, but I wanted to make sure that you guys saw and can kind of learn from my mistakes as well as things that I did correctly on the best moves on this particular field and all of that. I did want to preface this in the sense that this was the first day on the layout, so I was trying some stuff, so some of the mistakes are strictly going to be I just didn't know the layout. I didn't know any of that stuff, so please forgive me for those, but there are some where it was just strictly just me trying to push the envelope a little bit too much, and we'll get into that in a second, but just wanted to preface the video with that, and without further ado, let's jump into this first game. Alright, so I'm just trying to lane for that Aztec and that Dorito a little bit off the break here, and then get out a little bit wide so that way I can help some my Dorito player over here out. Now, the thing I'm doing well here is my communication.
Hey, what else do you have?
So that is definitely something that I would say I'm doing well here. There's always room for more talking, like I've mentioned before.
Hey, we're down one! Down one!
Now,
Hey, we're down one.
maybe what I should have done in this situation is try to get up to that Dorito. Even though we lost our Dorito player, that's the reason why I'm saying we probably should have moved up, or I should have moved up, just to kind of close that gap a little bit. So I could have made this move probably a little bit sooner than I did.
Hey, 50 snake! I got you, I got you!
Now, I could have been saying the wall back, or the W back, just so that way he knows that I know what it is that he's saying and that I do hear him. That's something that you can do, is actually just be talking back to the person. Now, it just ended up that I ended up being the last body and was just trying to survive with my gun. Sometimes there's nothing you can really do. This game, I was playing more of a front Dorito, so that's why I was just gunning on the way up and then dive straight over. I did actually bounce this guy. He said I bounced him a couple times when he dove out, but none of it broke. Go figure, practice paint isn't always going to break. But I did actually shoot him. Now, me getting out wide here was good. This way I can look down the tape. He can't move down the tape, and I have a player that moves over to the Dorito that I was just in, and now he can watch that inside spot. So we've essentially trapped this guy. There ended up being a can. And right when I saw him, I should have said it. Instead of waiting and me trying to shoot him first, I should just be already shooting, and then I can go ahead and talk to my teammates about that. But that's being a little bit nitpicky, but it still would be good to do. This way, what I could have done also is mention to my teammate next to me that, hey, I have the tape. Things like that. I don't know why I put my gun down. Yeah, I have no clue. So what's good is my teammate was talking. Now me not looking this way because my teammate was looking inside. I should have probably stayed down the tape the whole time, and then I can kind of play the rap. Once we shot him, it was kind of just the end of the game there. So yeah. This next one, I just want to see if I can run a gun out to this corner, and I was able to do it a couple times, and I did it in another practice. So I was being a little bit more aggressive here, which is good.
Dorito 1, I heard. Hey, it might be Dorito 2. Caution, Dorito 2.
So you can hear the caution. I like to use caution a lot just because that way I can say that, hey, I think somebody's here, but I'm not completely sure. And then that way it's not confusing my teammates. So they hear caution, whatever that bunker is, and then I'm able to communicate that to them. So the reason why I wanted to slow this down is actually show the mistake that I made, and that was I should have made this move trying to bump out sooner, but because I waited, I let the guy be able to come back out and get that shot in on me. So I wanted just to show you that. Just again, I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. I should have kept my gun on him, and the second that he went, I could have dove right in or dove straight into it rather than kind of running straight up and going there. That was just a mistake that I made, so I wanted to show that to you all.
Hey, right Aztec filled. Kill one, right Aztec.
So I can still be shooting when I'm talking. I can't remember. Yeah, there were some people that were shooting at me. So if I have my head in my bunker and I'm still talking, it's not the worst thing. But I mean, there's always more that you can do to be shooting, right? So it's always good just to have your gun rolling, so that way you don't make those mistakes. Now, this was a good move. Again, just trying to close out the field a little bit. This is just me talking to my teammate. Hey, I'm on your tape, so that way he knows. I could have been talking more about, hey, what's on the inside, stuff like that.
Can you watch your tape real quick? Can you watch your tape?
Now, he was asking me if I could shoot somebody on the inside, and wanted to see.
Good. I don't see the home this way.
So this kind of communication is something that's kind of the next level of what you want to get to, so that way, yeah. So we actually made a mistake here. He didn't move, and I saw a chance to move, so I went. We happened to run at the same time into this bunker, so he was actually right behind me in this case. So that was definitely a mistake that we could have adjusted. So we had good communication, then dropped and had bad communication. So what are you going to do? What I could have probably tried to do here was actually just shoot. Well, there was actually some paint coming in on the inside. You could see how much was coming through that way. I was thinking maybe I could have tried to run over to this other Dorito, but if they're shooting that way, then I couldn't go. So we just kind of had to deal with it, and so be it. So that guy ran in on the inside. I wanted to make a run here and try to run the guy down, but what happened was I actually, what I should have done is actually just gone over to this bunker right here and dove straight in. What happened was I got kind of cocky and I thought, well, I could keep going. So maybe I could have gone to this next bunker. But what happened is when I started running, that tower was looking this way and shot me on the way up. So that was a mistake that I could have remedied by just stopping at that next Dorito, and I would have been totally fine. But hey, you live and you learn. So that's just the mistake that I made on that particular point. Now, what's interesting with this field is that Dorito 1 and the Aztec, you have to decide which one you're going to shoot. Both of them are going to be pretty quick shots, so you have to shoot either the Aztec or for the Dorito. If you're shooting for the Aztec, the Dorito guy can get in underneath it. If you're shooting for the Dorito, the Aztec guy should be able to get in there. So you kind of have to roll the dice and, okay, let's figure it out. I don't know why I put my gun down there. I should have been reloading and shooting at the same time. So I'm just kind of hunting here, looking and seeing what else there was. But again, I can kind of do that and keep shooting and look over on the other side of the bunker. So communication is pretty good, though.
Hey, Dorito 1 Aztec, what else? Hey, I know we're kill 1. Caution the hole.
So you can hear me trying to relay over. I am that middle body on the field, so I'm going to make sure that the guys cross field are able to hear what's going on.
Dorito 1. Hey, Dorito 1.
Now, what I probably could have done is gone up to this tower a lot sooner and then gone up to the W, or run straight up to the W. Now, this is a mistake that I realize now. I don't know if I was just kind of hesitant because I was just getting onto this field and hadn't really had a lot of experience with it, but regardless, I should have gone just straight up to that W and cut off that whole side of the field. So they either have to come get me, or I'm going to trade out with somebody or shoot somebody and then they trade out. We ended up winning that point anyway, so it was okay, but just a mistake that I made that I could have just gone straight up to the W. I don't know why I'm so silent. I saw the chance to get into the snake here. Now, I'll be honest, this point is going to be a little bit boring for you guys because I couldn't really do a whole lot in the snake. I was hesitant on moving up. So I'm just talking with the guy next to me.
Yeah, your mirror.
Because the way that this snake is set up is that it's a snake 1, and then there's like a diamond in the center of the field. It's a big run, so if you try to make it, both of those towers can shoot you, as well as the Aztec. Now, they did say W, so I was trying to shoot the pin to see if I could bounce it into that W. Now, this W was a little bit deflated, so I don't know if that blocked him out, or if I got incorrect information and the W wasn't there. I can't remember. So you can hear me, though, that, hey, this guy's on me. Maybe he can try, my teammate can try to shoot that guy. There's a couple different options from there. So even if you're getting shot at, you can still do stuff that is going to be beneficial for your team. You're still going to be able to talk and all that. So I'm just kind of looking around here.
Is that wall still alive?
And again, I didn't really want to move up because I don't want to go and then the wall shoots me, or the W shoots me, or the towers, anything like that. Again, I'm trying to shoot that bounce shot, just trying to make something happen. But I was just hesitant on trying to make that bump and then get shot. So just kind of shifting around a little bit, trying to see what else there is. Still communicating, so that's one thing that you guys can kind of take away from this, I guess, is getting that communication going, so that way you're still a part of the team. Just because you're in the snake doesn't mean you can't talk. The only difference to that, I would say, is if you're at the W or the 50 snake and you don't want somebody to hear you on the other side of the field, then I would say that would be okay not to talk then. But that's the only case, because anywhere else on the field, you should be able to talk. Or I guess the 50 Dorito as well. If you're able to get somewhere kind of sneaky and you don't want the other guys to hear you and then come and bunker you or try to get a shot in on you.
Yeah, Dorito 1 filled.
Something that you can do, or I should have done here as well, is just yelling back what I heard from that particular teammate of mine. So this is me just trying to get a little bit creative in the snake, trying to get that shot in. They were saying that there was a 50 Dorito, which we were calling that, and you can hear me talking to my teammate here. I needed this guy to post up on the tape, so that way if they did try to run me down, he would shoot them, and then that frees up the whole snake side of the field for me. So we still had this Dorito player over here, so I'm watching him, so there's no way that guy is going to be able to shoot him.
Somebody posted this way.
So you can hear that communication again, so that was good. And a long point isn't necessarily a bad thing. You don't have to be running down the field.
Get out on your halter! Snake to G! Snake to G!
So once he said snake was dead, then that means that I can wrap this whole side of the field. I can play this side of the bunker. So I decided to try to go, because I don't think there was anybody else on the snake side. Oh, see, I was trying to confirm there. Once I knew that there was nobody else there, that meant that I could just shoot the inside of the field and get up. And it just so happened that when I go, the wall tried to run through, so I shot him, and then I shot the Dorito. So they forgot that I was there, and we were able to finish off that point there. So this one, I was just kind of playing more of a front snake pull. Cobra is the bunker that I was in. You're going to hear a bunch of different codes, because that's the joys of playing with other people. So I could have been shooting more. There's always an opportunity for more shooting. But me getting aggressive, getting in the snake was good. I think one of my teammates actually gets up to this tower, so him and I are able to talk pretty easily. We don't have to yell back and forth to communicate, which is always a good thing, because you don't want it to be that it's an issue. I still could have been talking. I don't know why I went silent here. I could have tried to confirm. I should have been saying caution snake 1 instead of snake 1, I think. That would have been better. And I could have asked, hey, did they bump up? Do you see the snake move at all? Anything like that. That would have been better for me to say from the start. So again, I'm trying to get kind of sneaky in here, trying to go hunting. So you can hear again that, I don't want this guy to run me down.
Hey, we got another kill.
So I can still talk, even though if I've maybe filled one pod. I can go ahead and still be communicating, stick my head out, see if anybody's walking off. The kill 1, the kill 2, I mean, essentially, I can still see what it is that, if somebody's walking off, I know that somebody got shot. I might not know from where, but, so be it. It's still a kill. We can try to figure it out from where it was. I was shooting inside. I can't remember if I saw somebody. But, yeah, so again, I'm just trying to confirm here of what was going on with this guy. So I was able to stand up. I probably could have gone and hopped the inside of this snake and gone up to that snake 2 and gone down the field.
All right, kill the snake, kill the snake.
And that just ended up that he was the last guy. So I could have closed that out sooner if I was going to be picky on that one. So this one I was trying to play more of the, I guess I was kind of playing front snake again.
Hey, kill the snake! Kill the snake! Kill
so that guy was trying to make a really big run. I don't know if he was just trying to see if he could make it, but it didn't really work out for him. So I was able to shoot him.
Kill one. Left tower, kill one.
So you can hear again the communication there. I should have been trying.
Hey, the wall, the wall.
I should have been saying what side instead of, you know. Okay, see, like I was able to confirm it there. I should have tried to confirm which side it was sooner. And me shooting this way, I was trying to wrap and actually shoot that bounce shot in. Because the way that pin is positioned, I should be able to get a bounce shot in on the W. But I was just kind of shooting with my my mirror.
Hey, John, can you post this way for a second?
So I was just trying to swap out, but I wanted to make sure that that guy wasn't able to make that move. So that's why I had my my teammate there look that way. Now, when I got shooting back this way, I should have said, "Hey, I'm back on it," you know, and then that way he can go back to doing whatever it was he was doing before. So that way we didn't have too many guns one way when it would have been better maybe the other way. I can't remember what was happening on his side of the field, so I'm not sure what was happening over there on the Dorito side. Yeah. So the wall was going to be an issue because he could probably shoot me going into that Aztec that's right to the left of me right now. So, you know, there's nothing I can really do about that. If I tried to make that move, it would have to be super quick. It is a little bit further of a run. It's not too far. But right when I put that tower in and right when I put the wall in, I should have been able to go, actually. So that was maybe my fault. So I was just saying where he was exactly. He was trying to shoot through that little window where the W kind of dips down. We nicknamed those the window. So left window, right window. So I don't know. There's looking back on this, I can probably had a few chances I could have gotten to the God and pinched out the W, or had it where he had to be shooting at me. So that way one of my guys on the Dorito side could have gone to work, and the wall would have to worry about me. If I was shooting at that God or that Aztec that was right next to me, and I didn't mention it to my teammates, because I don't remember saying it. So that was stupid, I'll be honest. If he did move to that, I don't remember saying it, and maybe I did say it, just I was talking over it. So that was a good pickup. Yeah, I mean, I still should have been rolling my gun. I was trying just to wipe out whatever paint. I did have a little bit of a break. It ended up just the Dorito side got up on me and ended up shooting me in the pack. So not really sure what I could have done different other than, you know, just trying to push it a little bit more and get into the snake so that way they have to worry about me. With this field layout, the better way is actually the other tower watching the snake side. I'm sorry, the Dorito side. But again, this was the first day on the layout for me, so yeah, I was just trying to figure things out. Now, once they got into the snake.
What else do we have? We have back right, snake one. What else?
So again, here's just me talking, trying to make sure that I know what's going on. Now I can shoot down on the snake, so that way I can stop the guy from moving in. So this is why I'm just dumping paint. I don't know if I was being a little bit hesitant as well, and that might have been the case, and I'm not completely sure. But me getting up into here was a good thing. I can still see if he tries to jump in, and then obviously just being aggressive and getting in.
Watch the snake.
So I had the other teammate with me, so that way I could have him watch the snake side, so that way now he can't move up the snake. Ended up that he ended up being the last body. Once they told me that, I was able to get up. I started going a little bit, and then I got faster as I ran up and went and bunkered that guy out. So what I should have done is actually run more on the highway, or his left side, my right side. If I had run that way, I did go kind of wide. Now the way that diamond is set up, it's tough to say, because you have to go around it, but I could have jumped over or gone on the inside in between that diamond and the W and run him down on the inside, so that way I'm kind of surprising him. So unless he knows I'm coming and pops the top to shoot me, I'd be able to kind of get the drop on him, and he wouldn't be able to pick up on that. So that's that. I want to say thank you to Savage for letting me jump in and practice with them. Thank you guys for that. It was great being able to come out and play with you all. So thanks again for that. And also, yeah, be on the lookout for. I have another critique that's going to be coming out soon. I was able to go out to the Paintball Plex Mega Practice with Trade My Gun Outlaws, Russian Legion, Heat, and Boom. So I got out there and got onto the field, and because I'm playing with Boom. Boom 2 for Chicago, so we went out and practiced there. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys for bearing with me on this longer video, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. As always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.